Hi, this is Raj from MR Sportscars. Here I've got an absolutely amazing Porsche 987 Gen 2 Cayman S. This is the beautiful 3.4 litre flat-6 rear-wheel drive mid-engined two-seater sports car that Porsche produced. This particular example was produced in May 2009. Apologies for the slight gusty conditions. Hopefully you can hear me okay with my microphone. But there is the beautiful paintwork. This car is finished in Arctic Silver Metallic, which is a really beautiful classic Porsche colour. It makes any Porsche look super fresh and new, especially as, like this one, it's been fully machine polished, waxed, and yeah, fully detailed. So it looks absolutely sensational. You can see the headlights are crystal clear. The rear lights are also in great condition as well, which are things that tend to suffer when cars have been kept outdoors because the sun does break down the coatings. These are in awesome condition, as you can see. So this is a 2009, which does make it a Gen 2 facelift Cayman S. So that means it has daylight running lights in the bottom there, slightly revised front bumper with those daylight running lights. A previous owner's fitted grills to protect the air conditioning condensers and the radiators that are stacked behind in that bumper, in that inlet there, just to protect them, to keep the air conditioning ice cold, stop the radiators from getting pummeled with stones. So that's a really nice addition on this car. As you can see, yeah, look at the paintwork, it's just absolutely fabulous. And it's got some really lovely options that sort of elevate it as well, including the Porsche decorative side stickers there, and they have got a factory code on them, which I'll show you in the PDF file that we produce. I think those stickers look really great on this car, really help it to look absolutely fabulous. And just look at that rear end, really special, really great looking rear end to a Porsche sports car. There's the facelift rear lights there. The spoiler comes up at 70. I've put it up for the photos, but that does come up at 70 and go down at 50 automatically. Beautiful Cayman S badge there in silver. We've just put a new one of those on, so it's as new from Porsche and fitted exactly where it should be, fully measured up and looking great. It's got the rear parking sensors as well, so it's got the sensors in the back with audible warning in the car. And then you can also tell it's a 3.4 litre flat-6 because it's got the twin exhaust tailpipes. They could have been spec'd with the smaller 2.9 engine car, but this car had obviously the 3.4 litre engine, so looks great. And then going to the wheels, they are the optional 19-inch turbo one wheels, which are finished in diamond cut with a metallic grey inserts. They've also got the black and white crests, and they're all in great condition. You can see that the discs and pads are relatively new as well. The S's came with the larger brake calipers, so they have Guards Red calipers with Porsche inscribed on them to denote that they're the larger brake setup. And this car's fitted with Michelin Pilot Sport wheels, tyres. And there's the rear wheel as well, also they're all in great condition. And there's the rear calipers also with the Porsche inscribed and finished in Guards Red. But just look at that, I mean, it's just such a great looking car. I really do like it in silver. We've had a few in silver, some in platinum silver, as well as Arctic silver as well. There's the driver's side rear wheel, as you can see, it's in great condition as well. And then the front driver's wheel as well. Coolant crossover pipes were done during the last owner's tenure, as well as the front discs and pads. So it's got 4 previous owners on the V5, and it's covered just 46,000 miles, 46,276 miles, which is great for a 2009. It's been serviced as it should be every 2 years, minor major with spark plugs and things all along the way when they needed to be done, drive belts, that kind of thing. But this car is extremely special also because it's got the 6-speed manual gearbox as well. So a lot of people like these cars now especially with the 6-speed box, because it just gives you that extra level of involvement. And we do stock both. We've got a PDK also at the moment in stock as well, in lovely Atlas grey. This car's finished in full black leather, so that means you've got full leather seats, so the backs of them are also stitched leather as well. The armrests are also in leather. The gear stick, handbrake, the optional multifunction steering wheel's also got a leather rim. So yeah, so some nice, really nice leather touches on this car. As standard, Caymans would have come with half leather and then Alcantara on the insides of the seats. So these are a really lovely combination on this car, I think. And then going into the car, you've got the full BOSE system, which I think on this car is 11 or 12 speakers. You just look it up quickly. Yeah, it's 11 speakers in total, 385 watts. And then, as I said, it's got this multifunction steering wheel, which has got controls for the PCM system. So that's the optional PCM system. Let me just rotate that. There we go. So it's got the full Satnav. That's a hard drive based system. So it's got UK and Europe maps on there. It's got a CD player and DVD audio player. And it's got the universal audio interface. So it means you've got not only the radio and the CD, but you've also got connectivity for USB devices, Apple devices, and a 3.5mm jack, and that's all in there. And that will allow you actually to do Bluetooth audio streaming with a third-party module. And likewise, this whole audio system can be upgraded internally with a full CarPlay system, so you can have wireless CarPlay as well. So then you've got Google Maps, Waze, that kind of thing, all interface within that system, and it doesn't interfere with the Porsche system. So you'll have the Porsche system and then you can switch between the two just by holding down the info button. So it's a really nice added feature, and that will have its own Bluetooth system as well. The car was also spec'd with the full climate control system, so you can just set a temperature and then it will determine where to put the fans, and also how fast to make the fans as well to reach that temperature, and then it will maintain it as well. So it's a lovely luxury having that. And then more importantly, it's also got the PASM system. So this was quite an expensive option on Caymans and Boxsters. It came as standard on S model 911s, but everything else basically below that you had to pay for it as an option. And that just means that basically at the touch of a button, it goes from a very comfortable suspension setup to a much firmer, more focused drive by stiffening all four dampers simultaneously, and it's an immediate thing. Cars with PASM also sit 10mm lower than cars without, so you can see the stance of this car actually looks really nice because it's sitting that 10mm lower, so the wheels just sit a bit nicer in. That's a really bad way of saying the wheels just sit a little bit more perfectly into the wheel arches there. And it also obviously rides a lot better. Cars without PASM sort of have a suspension setup, again, 10mm higher, but they're set in terms of stiffness and ride comfort halfway between the comfort setting of this car and the hard setting. So this car actually has the best of both worlds. It's slightly more comfortable than a car without PASM, but also more focused at the touch of a button as well. The 6-speed gearbox is made by a company called ASIN, and it's the same company that make the 911 gearbox of this era as well, and it's got a lovely throw to it, so you can just literally go from first, second, all the way up to 6th gear. Obviously with the clutch. And then this car also has got the silver dials. They come as standard on Cayman S models. The non-S models, the 2.9s, came with black dials, unless obviously someone optioned special colour dials like guards red. You could spec black as well if or white, yellow. Those kinds of colours were all available if you wanted to option up the dials. And then also I can show you when the next service is due. So that's next due according to the computer, 19,800 miles, 697 days. So lots of time left before the next service is due as well as having that very low mileage for a 2009 Porsche Cayman S. It's got the black roof lining, which is also in great condition. All the leathers are in great condition as well, as you can see. And it has all of the standard features like the dual cup holders, which all expand and fold away very neatly. It's got the lockable glove box with CD storage in there, pen holder there as well. And it's got storage cubbies in the doors as well. Now, I'll talk through the file, but let me first start it up so you can actually hear what this sounds like. So this is the 3.4 litre Flat-6, as I said, and that means it's got 320 horsepower, 273 foot-pounds of torque, and it will do 60 in around 4.8 seconds, and it's got a top speed of around 171 from memory, but I will look that up in the PDF to confirm that. Just make sure that's all turned off. Yeah, there we go. I'll go through the file just quickly so you can see. So it was registered 30th of May 2009, 172 miles an hour top speed. This is available to view on our website as a PDF. You just go on the advert and then it's on that page with all the pictures, the video and everything else. 19-inch wheels, 8 inches wide at the front, 9.5 inches wide at the back, 65 litre fuel tank, and it weighs 1.35 tonnes, 6-speed gearbox, and the overall length is 4347. All of these things you can look up at your leisure. And then we've got the full options list here, so I think I've covered everything. The side air intakes were also painted in Arctic silver rather than the standard sort of like satin silver or black. I think I've covered everything here. It's also got Porsche stability management, which is Porsche's traction control system. The seat belts are finished in black. It hasn't got a rear wiper, which is quite nice if you prefer the cleaner look without having a rear wiper. And then you've got all of the options and standard equipment there listed. And then we've done a full diagnostics as well, so you can check. We've checked the full over rev history of this car. It's only got range 1, which is perfectly fine. That's just below the red line. Only 447 ignitions, which equates to 1.24 seconds. Only just below the red line, not above. The ones you want to watch for on a manual car are probably ranges 4, 5 and 6 within the last 50. Some people say within the last 200 hours. And the last time it was anywhere near the red line was at 41,000 miles, so it's done another 5,000 miles since. We've also done a full mileage check against the number of operating hours on the engine ECU to make sure that the average mileage is reasonable, and normally we look for a figure somewhere in the region of 25 to 35 ideally, and this car is at that 34.94, so it hasn't been clocked or anything like that. It's all of the paperwork obviously corroborates the car's history, and also the ECU does. And then we've interrogated the ECU to check that the chassis number is correct electronically as well as physically on the car, where in the various places is stamped on the car, including all the stickers in the books and also in the door shuts. We've checked the engine number and everything, as well as the spec of the car, like the colour, the interior spec and all the options that you've seen on the other pages. And then we've also displayed the full history of the car. In this PDF you can view on the website, and then we've got all of the invoices here as well as MOTs. There's all the service invoices as well that we have, which is a really great history on this car. So it also has obviously the full original Porsche service book with the VIN sticker stamp in the front with all the option codes, but it also has and all the stamps for the servicing that's been done, but it also has a lot of the invoices which we've put in date order in here. I'll just rev it ever so slightly. They've got a lovely sound to them, these Flat-6 normally aspirated engines, so really enjoyable behind the wheel, and also when you hear it start up, it's just instantly recognisable as a beautiful Porsche. Now, being a two-seater Cayman, it's actually very, very practical, because not only does it have the 2 seats and all the extra sort of cubby areas here, but it's actually got 2 luggage storage areas. So over the engine there you've got a luggage net, and also this opens up into the cabin. So this is essentially a 2-seater hatchback, because you've got that full access through there. The engine is in that compartment under that net there. You've got extra storage in either side of the engine in those little flaps there, and then you've got a full sort of quite shallow but quite wide boot in the in the rear of the car, and that's got a luggage concealer there which sits very nicely and conceals anything that's stored in that rear section there. And then in the front you've got another boot which is actually quite large because it goes all the way to the floor, all the way to the floor pan, and then you've got all the tools here. So tyre compressor to top up the tyres, locking wheel bolt, towing eye, and also set of tools. And then it's also got the warning triangle there and a decent sized battery in this section here. There we go, a lovely X-side battery, plenty of power for starting this car and having lots of capacity over winter. And then you've got extra storage in this area here, which is also accessible from the top here. As you can see, it's in absolutely lovely condition here. We've just replaced the fuel cap because this cord had broken, so that's all new from Porsche. I'll just show you that rear spoiler going up and down. So that's it all the way down. Still looks lovely with that extra sort of little lip there. And then at a touch of the button it can go back up. As I said, it's got all of its original VIN stickers and things. The etching in the windscreen, and also next to the battery tray there is also a VIN which is unaltered, so this car is absolutely original as it should be in terms of matching up with all of its provenance. I think these are great collector's cars, great cars to enjoy over the summer and all year round. They've got the beautiful hydraulic steering. This era was the last era with hydraulic steering in the Cayman range. So these ran up to 2012. And it's got so much feel through the steering wheel. The balance of having that mid-engine rear-wheel drive layout with just 2 seats under 1.4 tons makes it an exceptional drive on the road. Any B roads, you just get in it and you just instinctively want to enjoy the drive. You don't have to do a million miles an hour to enjoy it either. And but it is an extremely capable car. It's obviously got 2 keys, original wallet pack as well, with that original stamp service book as well as all the manuals. And it's, yeah, ready to be enjoyed. If you are interested in this beautiful 987 Gen 2 Cayman S, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks for watching.